On day one of the three-day stage race through the Columbia River Valley in southeastern BC, Dave Norona froze the pace for the rest of the field. Only a few came close to matching Norona's incredible athletic ability. Through the paddling, mountain bike, and trekking sections, Norona continued to build his lead. Even last year's winner, Randy Hunter, finds himself laboring to match the pace. In the women's individual race, Ina Kirchhoff maintained her own strong pace in efforts to catch the leader, Carolyn Dobney, who finished with a 40-minute lead going into day two. Sea to Summit Panorama is a three-day race, and day two begins with a 20-kilometer paddle from Kinsman Beach in the town of Invermere. The race begins with a Le Mans start to spread the field with nearly 100 canoes and kayaks to launch from the beachfront. The solo category has a high profile, as those athletes turn in the fastest times. But Sea to Summit is also for teams of 2 and 4, and teamwork, as some soon find out, is critical for more reasons than posting a fast time. Once again, the soloists lead the way. But spending between 6 and 10 hours working at the peak of performance without teammates to provide encouragement is as much a mental challenge as it is physical.
The hardest part about solo racing is mentally within yourself. Where are your other competitors? What does the course hold ahead? What do I have to do to maintain a lead, get into the lead, or hold your position wherever you are in that race? And you really learn that all those things in your head you're making them up. So you're making them difficult for yourself, and it's how to overcome all those feelings that is what I am trying to do when I'm out there racing.
Mick Peatfield of Whistler, BC sits in second in the men's solo category. Close behind and racing in the Masters category is Tom Barrichello, a farmer by profession. At 45 years old, he keeps up with the younger leaders.
When you come to races like this, it's not a huge change. You get up in the morning, and I'm usually up at 5 in the morning, so I get to go down and milk, and I'm always busy on the farm, and so you're going most of the time. That's the way I operate on the farm, is you're going all the time, and you don't sit still very often, and there's not a lot of time to sit down and drink coffee and watch TV.
The paddlers head into the wetlands, where one section of the river narrows under a low railway bridge. This feature proved to be more challenging than it looked, sending more than one team for an unanticipated swim.
We just jumped right in and tried to get the canoe, and it kept pulled under. And then Mark came and then plunged in, gave him the paddle to hold on to, and I'm holding on to Pete, and he's holding on to the canoe. He wasn't going to let go of the canoe. Mark right under the water with the canoe. He had to let go. It was just nuts in there.
Well, I didn't know which way I was going. I thought I should be drifting downstream, but those back eddies are pretty powerful after the bridge, so I was thinking it was time to let go of the canoe is what I was thinking.
Dave Norona completes the paddle in 1 hour and 20 minutes. 4 minutes ahead of the next competitor. Mick Peatfield is still in second. Catching Dave Norona over the long haul is unlikely. He hopes to move up from 5th place after day 1. Team Mexico Vivo are 1 hour behind and in last place. Team member Ricardo Rubio has a shoulder injury, making for a slow paddle. The goal now, have fun and finish. Sea to Summit Day 2 continues at the transition from paddling to mountain bikes.
Suck your fat stomach in.
First place belongs solely to Dave Norona, but Darren Fredericks finds himself in a tight pack racing for second, and he is hot on the heels of Mick Peatfield. While the race is on, these athletes perform like machines, but there are definitely many unique personalities to be found in adventure racing.
I think they're normal until they get out here, and then they start going crazy.
Meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone Age family.
Because I think people who challenge themselves are colorful. You know, if you put yourself through something like this, it's a personal journey that you don't know where the end is going to come out at the end of every day.
I don't know, it just seems kind of crazy. They're adventurous, outgoing, and want a challenge.
Well, I think the personalities also really come out in the sport because you're kind of down to the bare bones. You're hurting. It shows if you can, keep a smile on your face or cry.
And keep your hands off the wheel until you stop moving, and then you can.
You know, we're out here to live, not suffer. But sometimes you got to suffer to enjoy your life a little bit.
Well, I have a little mantra that says you just don't stop. You know, whatever you do, you're just moving to the finish all the time. And you're shortening the distance till the end of the suffering.
Is this the part where we get the adventure?
Dave Norona is well into the final leg of day 2, a 2 to 3 hour trek and run back to Panorama. He is 15 minutes ahead of Darren Fredericks, who has made good time on the bike and moved into second. He begins the foot race while the rest of the pack pedals on. Norona maintains a blistering pace and runs the final 8 kilometers uphill to Panorama. The mental fortitude of the solo athlete is admirable, but so is teamwork, which Team 417 Master Plan Promotions uses towards second place in the 4-man category. Navigation plays a part in this leg of the race, and Tom Barrichello finds his way with the 3rd fastest time of the day for the trekking section. He leads the Masters category and is actually 3rd overall. Emerging from the forest approximately 20 minutes behind Dave Norona, who completes day 2 in under 5 hours.
Mr. Dave Norona. Dave Norona.
I'm really happy with the way my body performed today. I'm super happy, and the competition's so good here. You're just always looking over your shoulder. You hate to do it, but the self-doubt sometimes gets a hold of you, and you just wonder where everybody else is. So I'm really happy. I'm even happier to be finished.
Darren Fredericks. Just a couple of...
Darren Fredericks crosses second. Meanwhile, first place solo woman Carolyn Dobney finds a good pace alongside Marcel Charlin, who would finish 8th for the individual men. Nick and Mark Woodhouse are brothers racing together and leading the two-man category.
Bushwhack was pretty tough. It was like straight through, no path at all, except to follow the creek bed. It's pretty tough, but good challenge. I guess the creek bed, it doesn't matter if you're fit or not, you just have to get through it. It's so tough.
North Vancouver, BC, the massage therapist.
The bushwhack was mean and nasty, but I had Marcel there to keep me motivated, and that was really awesome. But I think he gained that 30 seconds that I had on him from yesterday. But we got another day, so I can get back that, what, did I lose a minute and a half today, maybe?
Oh, come on, baby. This is my support crew. Come on. Yeah, a little more. A little more. Nice.